Hi guys, hope you guys are all having a lovely Saturday afternoon. This video is a little bit different than the ones that I have done in the past. It's just a few things that I felt like needed to be said and that a few people maybe needed to hear. So I struggle with this, and I'm sure a lot of girls in my generation struggle with this as well. I struggle with being alone. Being alone has always, to me, felt like some sort of weakness. Like if I don't have a person alongside of me, then I am weak. And I struggle with, in being alone, I have this desperation to have somebody alongside of me. And so sometimes what ends up happening is the toxic people and the negative people that I've let go of in my life, I allow them to come back in because of that desperation and that loneliness. And not only, can that go for relationships, but that can also go for friendships, for relationships with families, and, all of that factors into this. But what I have come to realize is that maybe sometimes that moment of desperation and that moment of loneliness is what we need. We need that time to be alone so that we can come to our senses and really get a hold and a grasp on who we are as people. Because I feel, at least it is this way for me. It might not be this way for other viewers that are watching, but this is just my personal experience, that when I allow those people that I let go of for a reason and I allow them back into my life, that is that is me putting other people before myself. That's putting other people before my needs. And sometimes I think that it's better to leave it alone and roll with the loneliness, because in the end I feel like it makes you stronger. It makes you stronger for it. At least for me, it has. And the toxic people that I have let go of in my life, I have let go of for certain reasons. One being that I was putting their needs and their wants and their dreams before my own. I compromised who I was as a person for these people to be able to have their moment of shining glory, as you could say. And that's not right. Which leads me to another point. I feel like a lot of girls my age, and maybe even older, everybody does this, feel like they have to change who they are for another person. And that is so wrong on so many levels, because we as women should feel comfortable with who we are, and we should know that we're beautiful and feel confident in what we bring to the table, and we shouldn't let anybody make us feel any different. And I definitely struggle with that. I definitely struggle with trying to stay true to who I am, and anyone who knows me knows that that's my biggest motto, is to stay true to who you are and never change. And I would be such a hypocrite if I sat here and I said that I follow that all the time, because I don't. There are so many times that I change the way I was thinking about something, or the way that I wanted to do something, because I want to impress somebody, or because I want somebody to like me, or and that's not how we should live our lives. We should live our lives just being ourselves and being happy with that. And it's a hard lesson to learn, but I have come to realize that if people don't like you for who you are and they don't accept you for what you bring, then they're not worth staying in your life. And there's been too many people in my lifetime that I have allowed to make me feel like my dreams and my wants and my needs are not special and they shouldn't be taken advantage of, and that I should put the way that I feel on hold so that they can have their moment. And because of that, sometimes I find myself not taking the opportunities that I should take because of the words of other people. And that has held me back in a few instances in my life where I've had doors that have opened and I have turned down the opportunity because someone else told me that I wouldn't make it, or I didn't have what it took, or that they needed this opportunity more than me, or, you know, like, they tried to talk me out of it, I guess you could say. And so I have turned down opportunities that I have had to make myself better, to lift these other people up. And so my biggest thing is that I have been learning that I don't need other people around me all the time. I don't need a significant other or anybody to lift me up constantly, because I have myself. And sometimes it really does suck being lonely, and it really does suck, you know, not having someone to go to the mall with you or go out to eat with you, or, you know, I mean, because who here really wants to go to a restaurant and sit by themselves? That's very awkward. People look at you, they stare at you, and you're like, oh my God, like, they're thinking that I'm here because I'm a loner, and you start thinking about all these things and you get so anxious. And there's honestly really nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with taking yourself out to lunch, or taking yourself shopping, or going places by yourself. And I feel like maybe we should get more comfortable with being by ourselves, because at the end of the day, when you lay your head down on the pillow at night, you have yourself. And you're always going to have people that say that they're there for you and that, you know, they care for you and they love you. And that's very true. People do care for you and they do love you. But the fact of the matter is that we as humans, we are selfish. And there's not always going to be that person for you at the end of the day. So you have to make sure that you have yourself. And that comes with, for me, that's learning how to love myself and love who I am and accept myself for who I am, because I have a really big issue with that. I let a person tell me for so long that I was not worth loving myself. And through being with that person, I learned the importance of my worth and the importance of my value. And I learned that I hold a lot of value as a person, and that I should never ever compromise my worth or my value for another person. As for an example, I met a boy when I was 17 years old, and going into the summer of my senior year of high school, I fell in love, and it was beautiful. It was absolutely magical. I know that sounds cliche and cheesy, but it really was. It was absolutely magical. And I thought this boy loved me too. And he did not. I soon learned. But rather than walk away and go look for what I deserved and wait for what I deserved, I chose to compromise. That word, compromise. Keep in mind, that's a very important word. I chose to compromise who I was and compromise my morals and my values for this boy. And this went on for 3 years. And for 3 years, I allowed myself to be made to feel small. I put opportunities and doors on hold. I completely just pushed my wants and my needs out of the window. And I ended up giving myself up to this person. And to sit here and tell you that it doesn't haunt me every day would be a lie. Because I gave myself to a person who did not love me, who did not care about me, who did not wish to be with me, who had no intention of doing anything good for me. And I had myself so convinced that I needed this person, that I had to have them, or I wasn't able to stand on my 2 feet without this person. And I gave myself to this person who honestly did nothing but break me down. And I think so many girls do the same exact thing. You think that you just can give love away and that it's not going to matter, but it does matter, because you deserve to give your love to someone who cherishes you and who actually loves you, because there is a fine line, a huge difference between temporary love and unconditional love. And I have yet to experience unconditional love. I know that day is coming, but temporary love is not what you want. It's not what you're looking for, and it's not what you deserve. And I struggle so hard with waiting for what I deserve and accepting that the boy that I deserve, or the man that I deserve, has just not come along yet. And I struggle with compromising who I am for other people to make them, to boost their egos, to make them feel better, and to make myself feel better about being alone. And I finally let go of this person, and I have been a lot happier since then. But that is just an example of how you can lose who you are while you're so busy trying to please another person. And I know this has been a very long rant, but my main point of this entire video was to shed light on the fact that we are all beautiful human beings, and we are all we were all created to love, and love is something that everybody deserves. And there's that saying that says, good things come to those who wait, and better things come to those who wait for what they deserve. And I don't want to settle anymore, and you shouldn't either. So I'm gonna be okay. Being alone sucks, but I'll make it. And for any of you that are watching that have felt the same way that I do, you'll make it too. Once again, thank you guys for watching. My name is Sarah Goulette. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment, and yeah, you guys have a great Saturday.